Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Tuesday, day one of 2024 market webcast. All right, everybody. Happy New Year. Hope everybody had a fantastic long weekend. We are back at it for 2024. Daily chart. And the thing that jumps out to me is this is a little bit of a different chart than I show you guys. We got a new monthly pivot coming in, 47.5108. The new weekly pivot's 48.17. You've seen the last few weeks, weekly pivot pretty consistently here on the daily chart has been support, support, support. They're trying to turn it into resistance today. Now, is that going to propel us into some multi-day situation where we potentially go down, test this monthly pivot, test the daily mid-band, which is really what it needs to do? We achieved the upper band here, and this is the March 2024. This is the front month chart. It's not a continuation chart. And we made a higher high, but we did not extend and make new all-time highs on the cash, nor did we go back and re-engage this upper band. Therefore, as the lower highs get put in, things start to magnetize. We're below the 9-day, which is coming in, call it 48.06. And we are now pushing down. We've done 47, 77, 75. We've been down in these 77s since about 8 o'clock. It's 8:35, and we're bouncing a little bit here. I'll show you on the hourly chart here in a minute. But it's about 8:35 as I'm doing this. If the bears can hold weekly pivot as resistance today, and they can keep that for the first part of the week, then my expectation would be we get a little bit of price retracement, probably retest this area here at least. The low from December 20th, which was 47.43 that really does need a look. If they confirm that, then we'll see. But a couple things about January, okay? Sometimes, especially newer traders, get sucked into the, all right, it's January 1, 2024, new year, new me, edge of my seat, here we go, here comes the ball, it's all getting, it takes typically, in my experience, it takes about a week or so for things to kind of get geared up over the course of the new year and the new month. I would not be surprised if this short week kind of at times looked like last week, which was also a short week. Maybe we go right out of the gate. I remember about 5-6 years ago, it was like right out of the gate, and it was right out of the gate down. But don't have overly ambitious volatility expectations for day one of 2024. Okay. The best thing, my best suggestion for people out there, and the way to, the path to really be a longer term, consistently successful trader is this day is no different than the last day, which is no different than the next day. You come in, you have your number, you hit your number, you go to the next day. And as long as you have a realistic, achievable number that you can hit consistently, you're going to be fine. Volatility will come and go, hit your number, get to the next day. So weekly pivot's going to have a lot to do with that today. The 77 low, let's see. Yeah, so we took out the lows from last week. I mean, it didn't take much. I mean, it was a pretty dead week as far as, Christmas and New Year's goes. Hourly chart. So you can see, here's Monday to Friday. They did that 48.41. We hung out there, tight hourly bands. And they went ahead and we fell out of it late Friday, which is fine. Bounce back and they make a lower high. So you've got successive lower highs. Objectively, monthly pivot needs a look. Daily mid needs a look. These things need a look. That coincides with this bounce off the 9-day back on the 20th that we talked about. And then they turned the 9-day to support here, and then you were kind of off to the races to another higher high. So how we react down here is going to be important. But job one for the bears is keep this sealed off at weekly pivot. Keep the 9-day sealed off. Close below all that stuff. If the bulls are going to have a day today, then figure out where you're going to bounce this thing, and you really need to close above 48.17 or nobody's going to take you seriously for anything more than a trade. You can feel the pendulum shifting a little bit to the short side today in the tape, and the bulls are going to have to overcome that. I'm not sure without news that they are. The thing needs to work itself off from December a little bit, and if the bears can turn that into something more, that's fine. But that conversation begins down here at the daily mid-band, down at 47.45, 47.50. That's where the conversation starts. And the bears need to get to that point, and they can't be out of gas by the time they get there. So my suggestion to the bears is, don't throw it off a cliff. It's too easy to buy. You've been making that mistake for decades. It's when you steadily dump it, like a la this. Oh, look, boing. It's too easy. Steady moves down. The steadier the move down, I think the more juice it's going to have to the downside as we go. The less panic, the more downside handles. I'll say that again. The less panic down, the more downside handles. Grinding down will get you farther, just like grinding up will get you farther, versus blasting off or throwing it off a cliff. So be mindful of how it's going down. All right. A couple of the numbers you've got. Like I said, new weekly pivot 48.17. That coincides with the daily today, which is 16 and change. Hourly mids 13 and a third. That 9-day, call it 48.06. Volume weighted average price 48.05. Proprietary moving average coming today about 47.95 at the moment. And those lows down at 77. That's going to be the deal off the open. All right. Everybody have a fantastic day. Happy New Year. Take care. Safe, healthy, trade them well. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Follow us over on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Princetontrader. Check us out on Facebook and join us for a free trial at www.princetontrader.com. Trade them well.